Previously. We opened our first new chunk and completed 2 out of 6 new tasks. This time, I commit arson and upset literally everyone. Hey you, come here. I'm Chunkimedes. And this is Xtreme One Chunk Ironman. Varlamore edition. It's chopping time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44. I'm taking a brief break here. I'm going to head over and do some thieving just to break up the woodcutting monotony. If I can get, I think I only need about 2,000 or 3,000 gold, and that will be enough for one of our other chunk tasks, which is to purchase the rune mace. So I'm just going to sit here and try and grab some coin pouches from the guards. I know they're dropping 30 coins at a time, and there's 42 thieving while we're at it. For our troubles, we can now steal from fish stores. Right, and with those thieving levels, I've got enough coins. Thankfully the guards are dropping 30 coins at a time, so we can address our next chunk task, which is to buy and wield the rune mace sold by Spike. So let's grab this. There we go, chunk task complete to obtain a rune mace, and now we equip. And that's our second one. As I was saying, the reason for this is I think I'm just going to take a quick break from the woodcutting just to bash some sand crabs, try and get some ores, and see if I can upgrade my bronze axe to an iron or a steel axe. We'll see how we go with the drops. I'm only one smithing, so this could take a little while, but we'll see how we go. Just need a break from the woodcutting. Okay, so I've been killing these sand crabs for a little while. I'm up to 47 attack, 46 hit points. So the combat level is slowly rising. This is obviously a very nice method for me to train my combat, having the sand crabs. I've picked up some ore. I mean, this is absolutely not a sensible training method for smithing. Thankfully I don't have any tasks to actually do any of this, so I'm just going to smelt what I've picked up so far and see where we get to. I'd really like to upgrade the woodcutting axe, but at this point it may be quicker to just power through with my bronze axe than it is to do anything else. So this is what the bank's looking like. The other thing is I've picked up my first genie lamp. I was looking at the map and I can't inherently see any low level training method from level 1 for Hunter. Granted, I haven't tried very hard to find one, but I'm conscious that we've got a wheat field, or what looks like a wheat field here, which to me screams puro grind. And if that's the case, I'm going to probably want to start getting my hunter up. I think it's level 17 that I'm after. Yeah, 17 for baby implings. So if that's the case, I may start dumping this into hunter, any XP lamps that I pick up from random events now. I'd kind of put one into agility because I also can't see an agility option anywhere on Varlamore, which means I'm going to have absolutely atrocious run speed for the foreseeable future. So for the time being, we'll start building up Hunter. I'll stop just before 17 just to see where we get to by then, but let's see how we go anyway. But for now, let's see how we do with the smithing. So let's pull out all of my bronze resources and smelt those. And that's level 2 smithing. You can now make bronze maces. Okay, looks like the daggers give slightly more XP. Let's go with those for now. And level 3 smithing. I can now make a bronze medium helm, which I already have, and bronze crossbow bolts, which I have also picked up both from the thief. This is just an atrocious method. I mean, the drop rate from the sand crabs is pretty bad. I think I'd probably hit 99 strength before I actually managed to get the smithing level for an iron axe, so I might put a pin in this. I have a much better method coming up if I roll the chunk south of me. There's clay, iron, silver, coal, gold and mithril, which will all be great sources of mining and smithing XP. I can do a run down there, back up to the furnace, back down to the anvil, back up to the bank. It's not going to be the cleanest method, but it will be a method, which I don't currently have because this sand crab drop rate is pretty atrocious. Nonetheless, a nice little break from everything. I did pick up an iron pickaxe, so I've had an improvement over my bronze one. So that's good news, and I think I'm just going to head back to the woodcutting grind. Let's get ourselves up to 60. Hopefully that also gives me enough logs for the equivalent fire making level. I need to do the maths on that one. I'd also like to kick off some fletching if I've got anything left. Now that I've got access in one way or another to crafting bronze bars, there's a chance that I can basically turn those into arrows. So we'll see how we do with that, but for now I think I'm just going to head back to the woodcutting grind. 45, 46, 47, 48. Okay, well, it looks like I've just unlocked my best in slot armor piece for the torso. I didn't have any armor there, but lucky mystery box. I'd prefer the stale baguette, but you know what? We take it. We need some defensive bonuses. I will absolutely take that. There is no world where she doesn't take me back now I'm wearing this.
What the hell is he? Oh my god. Oh my god. No, nothing. Come away from the window, children, come away from the window.
52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. And with one more tree to cut down, we should have our chunk task completed. 60 woodcutting. You can now cut yew trees. So we can run over here now. It's taken me about 3 days to just sat in this small patch. No matter how hard I try, I can't get away from Polybius and Sarah's house, nor my wife, who's been watching me after murdering all of those bunnies. And there we go, chunk task completed. In the end then, that was 10,949 logs and 1 yew log to complete the task. As you can see on the right here, my only task left for this chunk for the time being is burning the yew logs. So I don't think I need to burn all of these, but I am hoping that I can burn them just outside the bank. My concern is I tried burning logs in episode 1 and it wouldn't let me in some places around here, but it looks like it's letting me, so I'm hoping that I can do a line outside the bank. Yeah, there we go, that's perfect. So maybe another day or 2 of this and I am free to roll another chunk. As gripping as I'm sure it is for all of you to hear me counting to 60, I might just do every 5 levels for the fire making. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Okay, so all in all, it took about 3 days to get the wood cutting done, and it's taken me about 2 days then to burn. I think it was about 6,000 or 7,000 logs in the end, but these are the last inventory that we're getting through now. I brought my yew logs with me for the chunk task. And nice fires, bro, thanks. There it is, 60 fire making. And we can now burn yew logs. Perfect. So let's give it a go. Smashing. And there is chunk test complete. So I've come in now to the chunk picker. I can cross off the final task here, burning the yew logs. And we are done with our second ever chunk, which means it's time to roll again. As always, the Colosseum's blocked until further notice, blacklisted. Tile number 2, 3, 4 and 5 are all pretty light. I would quite like 2. I'd like to start moving into the city and start getting access to some more shops. I mean, there's a general store in here, we've got a few stalls. There'll be a sort of new thieving method. I can start using prayer as well because there's a way for me to regen my prayer. Tile number 3, I believe that's a wheat field, so that might be a bit of puro hell if I ever get to 17 hunter. For now I'm still level 1, and chunk number 5 is pretty much just mining mithril ore, which is the highest level thing there. The worst thing about that is just going to be running to the bank because I wouldn't want to waste the smithing XP, but that one at least is a bit of an AFK chunk. It remains that chunk number 1 is pretty much a death chunk. The amount of crafting that I'll need to do with my only money making method being pickpocketing guards, I'm probably going to end up pickpocketing to 99, thieving, just to get enough money to do the crafting grind. So I'm really hoping that we don't get chunk number 1 yet until I've got a better money making method picked up. So anyway, let's see if the gods of Civilis Fortis bless us on this one. So let's pick our next chunk. Oh god, always nervous. Oh, thank god. Thank god. Okay, we're moving west, that's a good thing. Unlocks the wheat field, but as I said, I don't have the hunter level yet. It looks like there is a general store there, so let's go and have a look at what tasks we've got. So wield a yew shield, fletch a yew shield, and obtain a yew shield. So all fall into that single task there, which is basically a 72 fletching grind. I don't think that's too hard work. At least the woodcutting can be a little bit more AFK. I might want to upgrade my axe from a bronze one if I'm going to use yew trees to level up, and I've still got a few thousand normal logs in the bank, so I've certainly got a way to kickstart the fletching grind. But let's go take a look at the new chunk. Okay, so here we are on the precipice again of our next new chunk, so I'm just going to unlock that here, and that's 3 chunks unlocked now, so let's go take a look. As you can see, I'm wearing my absolute best in slot gear. I did pick up a gold ring from a pirate event. I brought some coins with me just to check out the general store. So let's have a look around. So needle and thread is definitely nice. Jugs, I suppose, if we get access to do wines at any point. I've now got access to jug packs, so that's not bad. There's a charcoal available here, which eventually useful for, for some quests. And a jug of wine, which is interesting. So that's a nice little food that I can replenish quite easily by world hopping. Here's Molasses. I'm pretty sure that's the dog that was over here stealing the cabbage, wasn't it? Obviously we're petting the dog. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Access to a rat, which I don't think has anything on the drop table, but we'll kill one. And there is, of course, this new field that we've unlocked. So this is sweet corn. Now, I wish I'd had this in my first chunk, because I believe that that is a pretty good method of leveling cooking. I don't know where that would be. There it is, sweet corn. So level 28 onwards is a pretty good cooking method. It's certainly better than killing rabbits. Oh, zombie event. Be right back. unironically, this zombie mask is giving me a reasonably good attack bonus for magic and ranged. That might currently be better than the bronze medium helm that I have. Dear lord. Right, we've got access here to onions as well. I can't, there's probably some sort of stew or something that I can make with these, but other than questing, I'm not quite sure what else I'd use those for. Here's another doggy. I mean, if nothing else, these chunks are just filled with good dogs. And here we have the Shrine of Ralos. Let's come and bask in his light. You already have full prayer on it. There we go. Thank you very much. Okay, so I've just looked this guy up on the wiki. He can heal you when you're injured for about 22% of your hit points. And there's no limit to how often you can use that. So that is definitely one to note down for the future. Might be useful maybe for thieving. Instead of carrying around food, I could maybe come down here. I mean, I don't know. Depends if we unlock the chunk above us. And we also have access now to wheat. Now, the important thing normally for an account like this when you unlock a wheat field is that it normally indicates that you've found your first entrance to Puro. And now that I've got mine, what that means in terms of that is it's a task that falls onto the backlog, because until you have 17 Hunter, you can't enter Puro and actually catch anything. So because I don't currently have a way to level Hunter outside of lamps, it's just not a task that would appear for any of the chunks that I currently have. So as soon as I do unlock a Hunter method from 1 to 17, then this task will appear for me, and I will have to come back and start the death grind into Puro. I think Atza here is only useful during a quest, so no use to me currently. Mugger is a new NPC as well, which I don't think we've had. I think we've only had access to a thief so far. So let's have a look. Begin a clue scroll. I don't think there are any... No, I don't think there are any steps that I can actually complete in the chunks I have available currently. Now, these are definitely interesting unlocks here. Pestle and Mortar and Vial of Water. I'm not sure if I had access to these before, but again, I haven't completed Druidic Ritual, so I can't actually create my first potion yet. Albeit I do have herbs, but I can't even clean the Gorms until I hit level 3. So unless I lamp my way up, I don't think there's any requirement for me to do anything with this. I mean, not that I can access the Eye of Newt or anything either. So again, herb lore, not one that I need to worry about just yet. So I think that's everything to see so far in this chunk. It's not necessarily unlocked anything major for me. There's definitely a farmer here and a master farmer, which I'd already unlocked in the previous chunk. So other than the sort of sweet corn, the onions, the shrine that I can now regen my prayer on, and definitely interesting to know that the priest can heal me as well. Nothing major unlocked here. Nothing particularly of note so far, so I guess that just leaves us then with our U shield grind. So that is, I'm currently 1 fletching. So I'm going to have to work my way up to 72 fletching, which is definitely going to involve me getting some more logs. But at least it's a bit more of an AFK task. The fire making was definitely a bit more click intensive. But obviously this is all down to me unlocking a knife, which is interesting because I was just thinking about this. I actually think I unlocked the knife in episode 1. But I think I picked it up from the charter ship wandering into my chunk. So I was a little bit confused why this task had only just unlocked, but that's why the knife is a drop from the muggers, one that I just killed. But because I already have one, I don't need to sit there grinding for a bloody knife. But so it is, we've got our knife now, and I guess I'll see you at 72 fletching. Okay, so I've just had a quick look in the charter ship shop again. There's no way for me to buy feathers, but obviously I do have the chickens unlocked in my second chunk at this little farmstead here, so I can go and kill chickens if I like, but I mean, I'm not sure that's the most efficient use of time. I just need probably to get to about 5 fletching, maybe just using arrow shafts. And when I do, I'll then unlock short bows, which I can use as probably my primary method. The frustrating thing, I suppose, about these 3 chunks is, in terms of woodcutting and fletching, there are only normal trees in the 3 chunks, except for my starting chunk, which has a couple of yew trees. So in terms of leveling my fletching, it looks like I'm going to have to be using normal logs all the way until 65 fletching, and from there that's when I can push a little, push the last 7 levels of my fletching grind to unlock the yew shield, using something better than just normal logs. So we'll have a think. We'll see how we get on with the 4,000 logs that I've still got from the woodcutting, and if it's painfully slow, maybe I'll swap to another method, just try and keep it interesting. 2 fletching, 3 fletching, 4 fletching, 5 fletching. Okay, the normal short bows just give me exactly the same experience as the arrow shafts, so I think I'll stick with the arrow shafts up to level 10, and then we'll make some long bows instead. 10 fletching, 15 fletching, 20 fletching, 25 fletching, 30 fletching, 35 fletching, 40 fletching. And I'm out of logs, so in the end we've pulled up to 40 fletching. I'm about halfway through. It's going to take a hell of a lot more logs, unfortunately, to get me where I need to get. I will hopefully move on to the yew logs sooner than later, but for the time being, looks like we're back to chopping logs at Plebius's house. And it looks like in order to get to the 65 fletching target, where I can start fletching things using yew logs, which would be a much more efficient use of my time and XP, it's going to take me, crafting the longbows that I'm currently doing, about 41,000 more logs, so the woodcutting grind just got a hell of a lot longer. As always, thank you for joining me. If you made it this far, I really appreciate that. I'm really enjoying spending time with you all. We're really literally pushing out our horizons every episode now with the chunk unlocks. We're unlocking new skills as well as space to work with. So if you're enjoying, please follow along, and thank you for your patience as I learn how to edit videos.